You've heard it 1,000 times. Compounding is the secret to building wealth. But if that's true, why are most people still failing miserably? The bitter truth is this: compounding won't save the impatient, won't pity the disorganized, and certainly won't grant miracles to daydreamers. Compounding quietly punishes anyone who is weak and crowns those warriors willing to endure decades of boredom. If you truly want to be rich, you must wage war against your own urge for quick results, or accept a life of sitting on the sidelines, watching others win. This is a battle you cannot avoid. Now, step into the dark side of financial truth, where only the relentlessly patient survive and break through. Compounding is failing you, and it's your fault. You've been told that compounding is the ultimate weapon for wealth. Yet the brutal reality is this: compounding can't save you if you sabotage it yourself. You're not broke because the market is unfair. You're broke because you keep breaking the growth chain with your impatience and stupidity. Successful investors aren't smarter than you. They simply avoid the rookie mistake of interrupting compounding due to emotional weakness. If you refuse to confront this fact, stop wondering why you're stuck in mediocrity. Compounding is not broken. Your mindset is. Most investors fail before compounding even has a chance to work its magic. They can't endure the dead zone in the early years. They expect to become millionaires within months. When they only receive a few cents in dividends, they feel ridiculous and give up. This isn't the market's fault. It's a ruthless filter. Only those who believe in what they cannot yet see will survive. Compounding demands time, not illusions. It doesn't care about your impatience. It only rewards those who outlast their own doubts without flinching. If you've ever thought, there must be a faster way, congratulations, you're already digging your own grave. There are no shortcuts to sustainable wealth. Every time you cash out early, every time you waste a dividend instead of reinvesting it, you are slashing your own future. Compounding is a brutal moral test. Either you honor it, or you are destroyed by your own impulsiveness. There are no exceptions. No second chances. If you cannot commit through boredom, fear, and doubt, you will be another casualty in the graveyard of broken dreams. Why your growth looks dead but isn't. In the early years, your investments will look dead. No dramatic growth, no excitement, no fireworks. That's when the weak give up. They expect compounding to behave like a rocket. Press a button, and it explodes upward. In reality, it's like planting a seed. Years of silent rooting before any visible sprout. The greatest stupidity is digging up the soil to check every month. If you can't endure the silence, you don't deserve the explosion. The market doesn't punish you for being unlucky. It punishes you for your inability to trust the invisible process that builds real wealth. During the dead zone, real momentum is being built underground. Every tiny dividend, every additional share, quietly strengthens your financial foundation. But only those with real belief can see this invisible progress. The crowd only sees nothing happening and walks away. Compounding doesn't fail them. They fail compounding. This is a brutal filter. It separates those willing to bet on invisible progress from those who surrender to their short-term dopamine addictions. Wealth isn't created in the light. It's forged in patience, hidden away from those too impatient to earn it. That's why most will never cross the threshold. If you need to see immediate results to stay committed, you've already lost. Compounding doesn't apologize for your short attention span. It doesn't care if you feel bored, anxious, or underwhelmed. It keeps working quietly. And when the noise dies down, it detonates into unstoppable momentum. The problem isn't that your investments aren't growing. The problem is you don't have the endurance to let them. The world belongs to those who trust in slow roots, not quick fireworks. Endure the drought years, and you'll harvest decades of abundance. Quit early, and you'll spend life envying those who didn't. Winning equals boring repetition, not genius moves. Winning in investing has nothing to do with brilliance. It's about boring repetition. Buying shares, reinvesting dividends, reviewing progress quarterly, and doing it over and over again until it's second nature. No glamour, no secret sauce, no magic hacks. People who win aren't smarter or luckier. They just master the art of mindless consistency. It's not the exciting, genius moves that build empires. It's the relentless, monotonous repetition of basic fundamentals. Those who embrace the grind own the future. Those who chase excitement end up exhausted, broke, and wondering what went wrong, while the boring ones dominate. Most investors fail because they're too clever for their own good. They constantly switch strategies, chase hot stocks, and jump from market to market like headless chickens. But wealth doesn't reward novelty. It rewards stubborn loyalty to simple, proven systems. Every deviation resets the clock on your compounding engine. You don't need genius to get rich. You need brutal loyalty to a boring, repetitive strategy that doesn't thrill you today but quietly changes your entire life over decades. You win by being the boring, relentless tortoise while everyone else sprints off cliffs chasing shiny distractions. Imagine a massive flywheel. At first, pushing it feels impossible. You grunt, you sweat, you barely move it. Most people quit here, mocking the effort, but each push builds momentum. And eventually the flywheel spins so powerfully that it no longer needs effort, it sustains itself. That's compounding. Tiny early dividends are not pointless. They are the essential first pushes. If you stop because the wheel looks still, you waste everything. Success doesn't come to those who push hardest once. It comes to those who keep pushing when nothing seems to move, until suddenly, nothing can stop them anymore. Small checks equals big mistakes. If you ignore them, you laugh at a $3 dividend check. What's this going to change? You scoff. And that's exactly why you stay broke. Every tiny reinvested dividend is a seed for future wealth. Wealth isn't built by winning lotteries. It's built by honoring every penny like it's sacred. Smart investors don't mock small checks. They know $3 today, properly compounded, can turn into tens of thousands tomorrow. Ignoring small money is the fastest, surest way to guarantee you'll never handle large money. You're not poor because of the size of your dividends. You're poor because of the size of your thinking. The danger isn't the small checks themselves. It's your attitude toward them. Society is addicted to immediate gratification. Blow $3 on coffee today, and you're a hero. Delay that gratification for 20 years, and you're a silent millionaire. It's called hyperbolic discounting, preferring small rewards now over massive rewards later. If you can't delay gratification, you will never build anything lasting. In finance, your worst enemy isn't the market, inflation here, or even bad stocks. Your worst enemy is your primitive, impatient brain screaming for dopamine hits. Master that, and you master your destiny. Fail, and you guarantee your poverty. Every time you receive a tiny dividend, it's not just money. It's a message, a signal that your wealth machine is alive and growing. But every time you spend that dividend instead of reinvesting it, you hammer a crack into your financial foundation. Wealthy empires aren't built by dramatic single moves. They are assembled brick by tiny brick. Those who respect small beginnings control massive endings. Those who mock small checks are doomed to remain slaves to the paycheck cycle forever. Respect the seed, and the tree will come. Disrespect the seed, and the forest will never be yours. Without a system, you're financially screwed. Buying a good stock doesn't make you a good investor. Building an automatic system does. A system means you don't need to think when the market shakes. A system means dividends are automatically reinvested without emotional interference. Winners know emotions are enemies and systems are allies. Those without a system eventually self-destruct under emotional pressure. Anyone investing without a system is playing Russian roulette with their financial future. The market rewards those who automate and punish those who improvise. If you don't build a system today, you're digging your own grave without even realizing it. Wake up. The crowd always believes picking the right stock is enough. It isn't. Picking is only the first step. The real wealth lies in building a cold, mechanical reinvestment engine that ignores moods and headlines. No one succeeds because they love investing. People succeed because they enforce ruthless discipline on themselves through systems. If you don't have automation protecting you from yourself, the market's volatility will destroy you. Every time. You either build the system before chaos strikes, or you become another casualty who almost made it. There are no excuses in this arena, only survivors and corpses. An investor without a system is like a sailor drifting into a storm without a compass. A mild wave will capsize you. The issue isn't the storm, it's your lack of preparation. Systems are the steel frames that hold you upright when everything else is burning down. Hope is not a strategy. talent is not enough. In finance, failing to build a system is like planning to fail without knowing it. Either you set up your system now, locking it in stone, or prepare for the humiliation of watching your dreams disintegrate when the winds of panic blow. Stick to one boring plan, get crazy rich. In a world obsessed with novelty, the true winner is the one who stays loyal to a boring plan. No changing strategies every season. No chasing hot trends. Just one simple plan. Buy stable stocks, reinvest dividends, and repeat for 20 years. Sounds boring to death, right? That's exactly why so few people are rich. Truly wealthy people understand. Financial glory comes from deliberate, persistent stupidity, not reckless creativity. The deadly trap is always thinking you need to optimize by changing. But every time you change strategy, you shatter your compounding momentum. A good plan doesn't need to be sexy. It only needs to be executed consistently, coldly, emotionlessly against volatility. You don't need to be the fastest. You just need to never stop. In a marathon, the winner isn't the one who sprints first, but the one who maintains a steady pace until the end. If you can't stay loyal to a simple plan for many years, you don't deserve financial freedom. The market will always tempt you with get-rich-quick opportunities, but they are sweet poison. True wealth is born from repetitive boredom. The more you crave change, the further you drift from your goal. If you want success, persist with the right thing longer than anyone else can endure, because the reward always belongs to the one who never quits. Chasing hype will leave you broke. Every hot trend ends in bloodshed. Every investment frenzy, from tech to real estate to crypto, promises quick riches, but is really just a trap for the foolish crowd. Truly wealthy people never chase hype. They know slow riches beat fast bankruptcy. The harder you chase trends, the more you turn yourself into prey. In finance, the popularity of a trend is inversely proportional to its ability to generate sustainable wealth. There's an ironclad rule. When something becomes the main topic on the news and TikTok, the game is already over. You're just playing the role of the late buyer, carrying the bags for the smart players who sold quietly. Successful people don't chase hype, they chase consistency. If you see an investment opportunity celebrated by millions, take it as a red flag. Real money is made in silence, not in the roar of the crowd. Only those who understand this can go far. The financial market is no different from a survival arena. The loud, excited, easily stirred are the first to fall. Silent warriors, disciplined and loyal to their old, boring but solid strategies, are the ones who endure. Hype kills accounts through unrealistic expectations. You don't lose money by picking the wrong stock. You lose it by chasing the wrong expectations. Those who grasp this truth will never die drunk in the frenzy of the crowd. Compounding tests your faith, not your IQ. Compounding is not a test of intelligence, it's a brutal test of faith. People who think they're smart often fail because they can't endure the slow, tedious nature of compounding returns. You don't need a 160 IQ to get rich. You only need to believe that today's boring, repetitive actions will produce insane results decades later. Those who can't endure the rewardless phase will eliminate themselves before compounding can explode. Your faith is challenged every time a dividend is just a few pennies, every time the market bleeds red. You can either panic and break the loop, or smile and keep investing like a machine. The crowd always collapses during the boring phase. Yet that boredom is when the financial wonder is quietly being built underground. If you quit before seeing results, you'll never know how enormous your wealth could have become. Believing in compounding is like planting a forest. The first year you see barren land, the third year a few dry branches. But those who believe and keep nurturing will witness an explosive forest by year 10 or 20. Assets are the same. They require you to believe when there's nothing yet in your hands. If you only commit once results show up, you're already too late. Wealth rewards those who can sow seeds a decade in advance without demanding instant fruit. 90 days to prove you're serious. Think you're serious about financial freedom? Take the 90-day test. Reinvest all dividends, no withdrawals, no whining, no wavering. The first 90 days aren't for making money, they're for building financial discipline. Those who survive the first 90 days will build habits stronger than any short-term investment hype. Those who fail in the first 90 days forget about getting rich. There are no shortcuts, no exceptions for the weak. The first 90 days don't demand a lot of money. They demand you to build an automatic reflex. Get money, reinvest, receive dividends, buy more stocks. No hesitation, no need for a perfect market. Most important, act consistently regardless of emotions. If you fail this 90-day test, any grand strategy afterward will be meaningless. Success in finance doesn't come from smart strategies, but from boring, persistent habits built day after day. Imagine, after just 90 days of disciplined reinvestment, you'll no longer depend on motivation. You'll start living in a state of emotionless action. Like a true investor, assets don't demand excitement from you. They demand consistency, so emotionless that market swings no longer affect you. Starting with a tiny 90 days, you'll build a powerful system capable of making money while you sleep. This is the test that very few ever pass. Get rich quietly or stay poor loudly. You have two choices: quietly become wealthy or stay loud and poor forever. Truly successful people don't brag every time their account inches up. They let compounding work silently, needing no applause or celebration. While the crowd flaunts their garbage tokens, meme coins, or hot stocks, they quietly accumulate quality assets, reinvest dividends, and chuckle. True wealth always happens in silence. Those who are loud prove they have nothing real in their hands. The financial market does not reward the loud, it punishes them. The more you boast, the more you're bound to fail. Those building sustainable wealth know money loves silence. Assets love consistency. Compounding loves loyalty. No need for status updates flaunting monthly profits. No need for fake screenshots of gains. Only one thing matters: real growth over a long time. If you need the crowd to validate your success, you haven't truly stepped into the world of financial freedom. One day, after letting compounding work long enough, you'll wake up and realize dividends cover your rent. Another day, they cover your car. Then your children's education. All without a single brag. When that day comes, you won't need to prove your success to anyone. Your bank account will tell the story. Your life will tell the story. And those who once mocked you will quietly ask, "How did you do it?" The answer? I stayed patient and silent. If you can't endure boredom, you don't deserve wealth. Compounding is not for the faint-hearted, the confused, or the greedy. It's the game of silent warriors who persist with actions saying they seem stupid, until their assets explode beyond imagination. Every time you doubt, every time you want to quit, remember, the loud crowd always dies poor, while the successful ones build empires in silence. You are making a choice. Either keep fighting and let time become your ally, or quit and forever stand outside the dream of wealth.